Good evening. Happy Wednesday. I have been pressured a little bit to do an update on my aquariums, and so I'll do it. This is the 29-gallon tank I put together for the children of Bob and Carol. There's 2 males, 2 females. I got these from Ron at Garage Aquatics 2023. They haven't produced any offspring yet, as far as I can tell, but I do have one girl in that cave and another girl in the cave back there that you can't see right now. There she is. She's been back in that cave. I guess she's out now. Maybe she's not. These are also Mickey Mouse Pleiades that I got from Garage Aquatics 2023. They have made babies. That's second generation. There's another one back there. There's some tiny ones in there too. If you get down into the foxtail, whatever, that floaty stuff up there. There's babies in there usually. That's just a single medium size sponge filter and a aquarium co-op strip. All my lights are aquarium co-op. This is a 40-gallon. Nothing's really changed since the last one on this. Nothing's happening. The plants haven't grown at all. Check them out against the last video. These plants just don't grow in this gravel. My thought process when I put this aquarium together was the undergravel filter plate would suck nutrients down into a relatively deep gravel bed, and the plants would be able to harvest it out, and I'd never have to clean the gravel, and the undergravel filter would essentially turn into just like a Jobert plenum of sorts. And that hasn't really worked out. The undergravel filter isn't really working very well at this point. Not that it's affecting water quality, because there's still a whole bunch of air getting blown in there, and highly oxygenated water, lots of surface area. You're probably going to be fine. At least that's my experience. And so fish are fine, everything's fine, but I just don't like it that the plants aren't growing. That's really my big issue. 29-gallon tank. I did have a male and female Drachenfels in it. They were both in there for maybe a year, give or take. I still have the female Drachenfels. The male died like a month or two ago. I also had 2 copper mollies and 2 silver mollies, the sail fins from Dan's Fish. The silver mollies died maybe 3-4 months ago. Well, the last one died 3-4 months ago. The copper mollies are still in there, and they've kicked out a couple babies. That's a copper molly baby. That's a copper molly baby. But they always hide in the back of all this plant material, and you never see them. So, not really sure if I'm going to keep this aquarium going. There's a lot of plants, and that's cool, but there's not a lot of fish going on. So, I don't know. The guppies are still doing what guppies do, making more guppies. This aquarium is horribly under-maintained because I can't get my fat arm up in there, down into the aquarium. So there's a lot of hair algae and things like that I just can't get out, and it irritates me to no end. That, and I also want to get out all the snail shells that have just accumulated down in there. But again, you can't get down in there to get them out. So this aquarium will definitely have to get moved out of this location. I don't know specifically what I'm going to do with it, but it's definitely got to come out. Because I want to be able to clean it. And I like guppies. I like these guppies. Like, look at that bad boy right there. Look at him. And I want to be able to see him better. This 150 just has the 3 sponge filters in it. The D Mason I have bred somewhat successfully. They've made babies. What do they call them? Tanzania? Whatever these guys are. I forget the name of these jewel cichlids. Turkana jewels. That's what they are. Whatever the name they call them. I still have a male and 2 females left, and they have never produced a batch of offspring where any of the babies have survived. Early on, they produced a batch of offspring, and then since then, nothing. This fine hybrid here is the offspring of a pair of dragon peacock cichlids from Dan's Fish. They looked nothing like that guy. They were this beautiful pinkish color, but they did not breed true, not at all. And so that's what I got. I didn't intend on keeping them, but you know, I haven't fished them out yet. So there we go. The plants do grow in here. These guys are just really hard on them. They're Africans and they're really hard on plants. So there you go. I really like these guys. These are my Variatus platies. They have obviously been breeding. There's like 6 or 8 fry in there. That big mama to the left is the one who's pumping them out. So I'm happy with them. I like them. I think I might put them in a tub. Speaking of which, these guys here, these are pineapple swords. They might go in a tub for the summer. See if I can't get some fry out of them. More they've produced 1 fry. It made it, well, that I've seen. It made its way all the way to adulthood, but they haven't produced any fry since, so I don't know what to tell you. I do have some assassin snails in here. You can see all the snails I got going on. Hopefully the assassin snails will start to trim down the snail overpopulation. Speaking of snail overpopulation, this 10-gallon here has my red cherry shrimp, and it has assassin snails, and it has all sorts of other snails. I overfeed it to heck and back, but it just kind of sort of grows shrimp. I mean, there's a lot of shrimp in there from the 10 or so I started with, but I sure do produce a bunch of snails. Boy, howdy, do I produce snails. Hopefully the assassin snails will reproduce and catch up and depopulate all the other snails. That'd be wonderful. The 300 gallons doing fine. I do have 2 FX6 going on it now as opposed to just the 1. This does produce a lot of waste, and yeah, but with the 2 FX6s on there, it's much clearer. Well, 2 FX6s and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sponge filters, you'd think it'd be clear. This guy has not been a menace. He'll chase people down every once in a while, but he spreads out his aggression quite a bit. I do think that he attacks my South American lungfish back there from time to time. You see his head poking out. Sorry for the glare. I do think he attacks him from time to time, but you know, I haven't seen it, so I don't know that it's him. But yeah, that's all the real change. All of the plants I put in here have died off. I don't think a single one of them has survived. Yeah, not a single one of them has survived. These guys are little monsters. Nothing survives them. This 150 has my Oscar. Still like my Oscar. Still pretty cool. It's kind of messy. I do feed Ken's fish food. This one gets a lot of Ken's fish pellets. And I think that they aren't the cleanest feeding food ever. And by that I mean they're very dirty to feed. And this is vacuumed today. Like the whole floor was vacuumed, and I guess I missed a spot back there by the sponge filter. You can see that layer of crust. It's just, and you can see it on the rocks too and on the plants. It doesn't feed very clean at all, but it's cheap. And I feed a ton of food, so I don't feel like I could just throw out all the money it'd be for like Northfin or something like that. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Isn't that right, buddy? Oscars are such pretty fish. It's just a shame that so many people keep them in small aquariums. I'm sure people will frown on me for keeping an Oscar in a 150-gallon aquarium, but I'm doing it, and I don't think it's mean at all. Let me block that light. There we go. Isn't that right, buddy? This is a 55. I'm still very disappointed. This only has one aquarium co-op light on it, and it gets a considerable amount of CO2 pumped into it. And it's still, all it does is grow algae, just grows all sorts of algae. Just an algae farm. And I put like 50 nearite snails in here. I put like 10 mystery snails in here. I don't see any mystery snails right now. You'll have to take my word for it. Hard to see anything through all of the algae. But even with like the Brazilian pennywort, the guppy grass, the dwarf sage. I mean, even with all the plants, I've got two bristlenose plecos in there. The red-tail shark should actually nibble on algae too, but nothing doing. It's just an algae farm. I've got pothos growing out the top. It's just an algae farm. Don't know what I'm going to do. I'm strongly considering taking down this aquarium. It's just not fun. It's just not fun. I don't enjoy looking at it, and I don't want to invest the amount. I don't have the time to invest that it would take to get that algae under control. These are the Shelleys, and they're still doing what Shelleys do. They're very calm fish. They're not showy, they're not flashy. They certainly don't need to be on a bottom shelf in a corner of a fish room. They don't get any attention from me. I've been kicking around whether or not I want to continue to raise these guys. Someone said that they put these guys in with guppies as a kind of a dither fish, and that worked well. But I don't know. I mean, I might as well just keep the guppies at that point, right? I don't know. Another aquarium I might get rid of. So the 55 here, the 20 there, and the 40 and that 20, I'm kind of thinking about getting rid of or taking down. I mean, you never get rid of an aquarium because you might have a need to set it up later. These two ladies are the blue acara out of my 70-gallon in the house. The one of these guys has Popeye. I think it's the top one. Let's see if I can see over the top of it. One of them has Popeye. I pulled them out. I pulled both of them out. I figure if one was having an issue, both probably would be. Why didn't you just medicate the entire 70-gallon tank? Because I wanted to use salt. Salt hasn't really worked very well. I've got 4 tablespoons in a 10-gallon aquarium. Yeah, look at that. That's Popeye right there. So that didn't work. So I've started Maricin. I'm 3 days into a Maricin treatment. So we'll see. I don't know if I'm going to I don't think I'm going to put these guys back in that 70-gallon in the house. I like blue acaras, but without a male, the females don't color up. And so they're just kind of a washed out. Not really as awesome as when I had the male. I'll be perfectly blunt. The male plus these 2 females, these gals were colored up all the heck, and the male was colored up. So I don't know if I just need to get a male or what. Anyway. And then the 600 gallons doing what the 600 gallon does. Nice big beautiful bikers, nice big beautiful fish. The datinoid is looking amazing. The African lungfish is looking amazing. I need to clean this aquarium. I didn't clean it last weekend, so I'll clean it this weekend. I try to clean these tanks, or at least do a water change every weekend, but last weekend was Pascha, so I didn't get around to much of anything besides going to church. Adonis Pleco just continues to grow. He's going to be a problem, isn't he? Anyway, so that's all I got for you. Nothing's really changed much. Fish just keep growing. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.